Ultrabooks are portable, slim laptops designed to have good battery life and fast boot-up times. British manufacturer Novatech has now joined the fray with a cut-price Ultrabook, with prices starting at £430 with no operating system installed. Our review model had a slightly strange configuration, but this could be customised when ordering from Novatech. The 64GB solid-state drive on our model was nowhere near big enough. This laptop came with Windows 7 Home Premium and Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2010 pre-installed, which took up a significant amount of space and left little room for additional software. We asked Novatech for a little bit of clarification, and the company told us that it plans to sell most of its Ultrabooks with a bigger 128GB SSD and 2 gigs of memory. That's a bit more storage. The cost of that configuration, around £625 with Windows 7 pre-installed, makes the Novatech a slightly more expensive proposition. Still, it's significantly cheaper than the two other Ultrabooks we've reviewed, the Acer Aspire and the Asus ZenBook UX21. Comparatively, the Novatech is a lower spec machine, but we felt it was more than powerful enough. The 4GB of memory ensured the laptop was reasonably quick. While the Intel i3 is the lowest powered processor that can be used on an Ultrabook, it was still more than capable. However, predictably, our benchmarking test was a little too much to ask, with the Novatech taking just over an hour to complete the task of resizing a big video file for playback on a portable media device like a tablet. However, this sort of heavy lifting work really isn't what Ultrabooks are designed for. Battery life was excellent at around 7 hours, while the Novatech turned on in a little over 15 seconds. Build quality on the laptop was eccentric at best. It looked sleek, and the brushed aluminium finish on the lid was easy on the eye and pretty hard wearing. Unfortunately, the inside of the laptop was finished with matte plastic. Elsewhere, the plastic feet on the base of the laptop kept falling off, while the flimsy plastic cover on the Ethernet port got in the way and eventually broke off. Pretty plasticky. Of more concern, the screen on the Novatech bent quite easily, with little pressure being applied. The screen wasn't the best quality either. While at 14 inches, it's a pretty good size. The 1366 by 768 resolution could and probably should be higher. It wasn't especially bright either, which is a letdown. The trackpad and the keyboard were both reasonable, although the keyboard was a little spongy to the touch. Also, somewhat sloppily, considering this is a laptop from a British company, the keyboard is American, so the pound symbol is missing, and there are some other minor oddities. Now, while we appreciate that connectivity on a laptop of this size might be a little bit low, the Novatech was still a letdown. It's got an SD card reader, an HDMI port, and 3 USB 2 ports. But the lack of any USB 3 ports is a significant oversight. For £530, this is a reasonable Ultrabook. We like the portability and how quickly the laptop turned on, but it felt a little rushed to market, and there were some pretty disappointing oversights.